Yeah, good morning. I can hear
Good
you.
morning. It's great to hear from you, Musa. Of course, if you don't know, won bronze at the Athens Olympics 2004. That was a 4x400. And Musa, since that time, not a lot has been heard of you. First of all, how are you doing in this very difficult times because of the virus?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, and the virus is really taking a toll here in the United Kingdom. As you can see, we are on total lockdown, but we're still managing and we're still coping. Thank you.
Fantastic. It's good to see that you're doing very, very well. I was saying earlier that you were part of the quartet that won bronze for Nigeria in Athens 2004, the Olympics. And since then, not a lot has been heard from you. I know you've been racing a lot in the United Kingdom in the last few years. What are you up to these days?
Yeah, I'm up to a lot. Not that I've not been racing. I've been racing actually. I've been on even last year I was at the European Championship and I was totally involved with Nigerian athletics as well. Yeah, because we have a group chat that we normally discuss, which is the athletics web page. We do talk a lot. So, and I'm really involved because I've got a club which I'm running in Kaduna, which I do come down every December to do some athletics meeting, which is like the Emmy release. So I'm very much involved in athletics, to be fair. Yeah.
Still very involved and active in athletics. And the COVID-19, of course, has disrupted sports across board. The Olympics has been postponed and several other events as well. So you already mentioned your own little project that you do in Kaduna. Of course, that's going to be affected as well, to depending on how this virus is dealt with eventually. What for you do you think is the greatest challenge for sportsmen in these kind of situations where there's so much uncertainty?
Oh yeah, it's a big challenge, but you should understand that it's not just Nigeria alone. It's a kind of it's a pandemic that affects every other athlete across the whole world. So Nigeria is not just alone. But to me, I'll just say the athletes should continue to focus and train. Just continue to train as if the Olympic is happening at normal time, so that you don't get caught off guard. That is what I would like to advise my fellow Nigerian athletes. Just keep training and just keep working hard.
How difficult is it to do all of that by yourself? For example, you cannot go to the gym or you cannot go to the stadiums to use the facilities. How difficult is it training by yourself?
Yeah, it's very difficult to be fair. Everyone, that's why I say everyone is on the same playing level field here. No one goes to the gym. Everyone is on total lockdown, but you can still use your body weight to train. We have a lot of athletes that can use their body weight. You have a big garden. Here in this in United Kingdom, it's not that you're not allowed to go jogging. They said you can jog, but one person, you're just alone. So you don't have a coach to train you. But some people who are well motivated and well, disciplined can still do a lot of things. I can see athletes like Toby Amosun, who always posts on Instagram to show how she do train, which is very good. I can see Esebuma and Blessing Akagwari as well. So these are great athletes. They know what they are doing, so they have to, keep themselves in shape to work towards their goals.
Yeah, that's really remarkable for some of these athletes that are trying to do that. But we need to go on a break now. When we come back, we'll get back to you, still discussing what's happening to Nigerian athletes and also the disruption of Olympics. Welcome back. We still have Musa Audu from Oxford in the UK joining us on the program. We're talking about Nigerian athletes. I mean, what athletes should do to actually, keep safe and all that. And you said there's some athletes that have been doing remarkably well, posting videos on Instagram, on their training routine and all. Which of these athletes do you really rate?
Sorry, I won't say I really rate all the athletes. I rate the same to me because all they need is just a fair level playing ground. So if they got a good level playing ground, which I'm expecting the government to provide a good platform for them to just compete. But to be sincere, I do rate people like what is he called? Divine Oduaduro, Blessing Akagbare, such a great athlete all over the years. She's been there consistently. And Patience George, again, who is back in Nigeria, very, very consistent. So if I start naming them, I will name a lot of athletes. But for me, I would just say to just name a few. But every athlete, it's a great. They are all great athletes in Nigeria, and all they need is just a good platform just to perform.
Young athletes, I mean, of all the athletes you mentioned Divine Oduduru and all, he's also coming up. What about the young athletes, the one you feel, because Blessing Okagbare has given us so much joy. I mean, each time we're going to the Olympics, she's always, all eyes are on her. Oh, Blessing's going to give us a medal. Which other athletes do you think can actually step into her shoes so that the pressure on her will be reduced?
Yeah, I can tell you today that Making of Champion and other group of coaches in Nigeria are bringing a lot of young athletes. You know, there are young sprinters who are trying to step into Blessing's shoes, and which they train with. Most of them train with Deja Liu and other coaches in Nigeria. So we have a lot of athletes in Nigeria. If you look at people like Orokwe, which was running in the 400, with time, I know he will come up, and then he's doing very well, and he's still back at home in Nigeria.
Interesting. Before we let you go, Musa, I want to take you back to 2004 again. I mean, that race, the final 4x4, I thought you ran a very fantastic second leg. I can still remember you getting the baton from James Godday. Yeah, I remember that one very well. Not the greatest of first leg, but you got the baton and you were able to make up the deficit. Let's relive that moment again with you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I really thank God. That time, I think we, the whole quarter milers, the 400-meter runners, we do cooperate a lot, to be sincere. I'm not going to take the credit alone. There are other people who run fantastic races, like Godday starts well, and Saul Wegopua, and then Enefyon, who always come up strong at the last leg. So I give all credit to the four of us and other people who didn't run, who are all in the reserve, like Abayomi, Agubiade, and Bola Lawal, who is in Australia today. I give credit to the guys, and we did run well. And it's all about, the love and unity we have in 400 meters then.
Okay. All right, so fantastic. I imagine you're still in touch with all the guys, James, Ini, Saul.
Yeah, actually, I'm even talking to James as we speak. Wow. Yeah, he's on WhatsApp with me. So, NF Young, yeah, we talk virtually each day. And Saul again, we're always in touch. With Bola Lawal, who is in Australia, we talk virtually every time. This is a memory that we can never forget, and it still live with us, and we still talk about it. We still talk about the way we warm up. We still talk about the way we eat. The coaches we have at that particular time, and it's a pleasure to have those guys around me. Yeah.
Remarkable that you guys are still keeping in touch. Just final question from me before we let you go. What do you think about the impasse in the Athletics Federation of Nigeria?
Yeah, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, it's not where it's supposed to be at the moment, but I think they are getting there. With the new Minister of Sports, Mr. Sunday, I did speak to him last week, and he's such a person who wants to put things in place. And with the coaches we have again in hand at this time, I think athletics will still go from place to place. So the Athletics Federation of Nigeria is not where we want it to be, but they are getting there.
Thank you so much, Musa Audu, for taking our time to talk to us this morning. Stay safe.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, a whole lot covered. But then let's just move on from that and quickly talk about this one. I mean, we teased earlier Dixon into more like in trouble. I mean, that's not the kind of stories you want to hear. Nope. But then it happened, and it's actually paying for that.
Paying the price, Dixon. So the former Manchester City, Preston, Sunderland, Fulham midfielder, of course, played for Nigeria as well, has been banned from football in Sweden for 5 years after being found guilty of match fixing. You've been following the story, and this is where it has come to.
Yeah, it's not obviously good news, especially when not too long ago we had the whole Soje brothers issue. You know, so you're looking at maybe another Nigerian professional, not exactly in news for and not covering himself in glory. You know, but again, you know, you do these things and then you get caught. Obviously, you have to pay the price. It's something that would live with him for the rest of his life, and a price that I don't think he would ever finish paying. Maybe he would look at paying his debt to society in terms of, you know, helping ensure that things like this do not happen again, educating young footballers and, you know, being of help really to the authorities. But for him, an ex-international for Nigeria, I don't think it's, you know, the best of ways to put an addendum on his career.
Okay, Taito says injury forced me out of a similar year. I remember that time and all that. When
I was watching the show yesterday.
Because
the analyst was saying I didn't do too well in AC Milan and all of that.
Absolutely, injury. So that was the reason he had to go. Sporting Life is the next one for me this morning, and Messi will sign new Barcelona contract. Real Madrid insists on Aubameyang. Anthony Joshua challenges Fury. I can't pray for COVID to be over so that we get these things out of the way. Gennaro tells Osimhen stay for another season with Lille. Okay,
that's a Sporting Life as well.
Yeah, that's actually sound advice. You know, it's sound advice. I think he needs that small team again, where he's the main star, consolidate on what he's done the past 2 years in Belgium and in France, and then make that big money move to a big team in any of the top 5 leagues.
Certainly, I agree with you as well. I mean, it's still very young. So, anyways, more stories on Sporting Life. Bayern rival Real Madrid for Upamecano. Barca to include Dembele in Lautaro deal. Yama idolizes Kano Wanko, very interesting. Lille president is actually talking as well. So Osimhen could leave, but you don't know what the condition is.
Pay the money.
And let's see.
If you pay the money, I can go. Yeah.
But sure that's what it is.
It's not about the money.
It's about the money.
The money is right and the club
everybody,
is right.
I mean, everybody has a price. Everybody
has
a price. You know, they would prefer to keep him, but you give them an offer. They can refuse. The president himself would drive Osimhen to that particular club.
Come on, go, young man. You've tried enough.
Thank you very much.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the program.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Appreciate your time, man. Yeah. Thank you for watching at home as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Tayo Salam.
And I'm Cecilia Omogbe. Weekend is here. Just try as much as possible to stay safe and stay at home.